I'm going to do join us for some birthday fun. So this is like really big right here. So, but when it actually goes on here, it'll be straight across. So I'm going to press enter because that'll skip to the next line. Our little girl is turning 1. And I'm going to highlight it and change the font because that one's kind of boring. So that looks good. I'll go ahead and bold it. So I'm going to press OK. And this one is also, so here's the font down here, and again, it's not in the type format. So I'm going to double click it. Or no, I can't double click this one. I have to go up to here. It brings up this weird little bar thing right there, and you just look for the little dog in the striped background. So you click that, and you go down to type, and then it brought that, it'll move it sometimes. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. So now, as you can see, well, you can't really see because you can't see it, so I'm going to go ahead and change the color. So to change the color, you're going to highlight the words. You're going to go to the little paint bucket with the brush, and it says color. It says fill up here, and then color, and it says line, and then the color of the line. So I'm going to go ahead and make the inside, so like right now the outside of the letter is black, and the inside of the letter is white. So I'm going to keep the outside of the letter black, and I'm going to change the inside of the letter to red. That way you can see it on the black and white background. So you still can't see it very well because of the font and stuff, but this is just for demonstration, so I'll go ahead and leave it. So I'm going to make the font a little bit smaller just to make it even, to make it even with how big the thing is. I'm going to go ahead and change this font because you can't really see it. That's a little bit better. You probably shouldn't do a zebra background like I did because it's really hard to write on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move that, adjust that to where I want it. And now you can move this as much as you want. You can move this one up and it'll make it smaller that way, or you can move it down. Oops. You can make it down and make it bigger that way. It just depends on how you want it. You can just totally mess with it. So I have joined us for some birthday fun. Our little girl is turning 1. So now I'm going to do, so that's right, oops, that's right there. Join us for some birthday fun. Our little girl is turning 1. Now I'm going to put, no, so now you can see how there's a big gap in between here. These two were in the same word art thing, and this one's going to be in a different one. So it says, help us celebrate the first birthday of Lilia. Now you can go back to insert, oops, you can go back to insert picture word art again. But since I want to keep it the same font and everything, I'm going to go ahead and click this font and copy it and then paste it. So it's going to bring up the same thing, and I'm just going to double click it and change the font since everything will still be the same. So I'm just going to change the writing. So I'm going to go ahead and put help us celebrate the first birthday of. Go put that down. So now you can see it's the same font and everything. It's just different writing. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that how I want it. So now I'm going to do, now you can see, if it's really hard to tell on this thing. But it says help us, or join us for some birthday fun. Our little girl is turning 1. Help us celebrate the first birthday of, and I'm going to write Lilia. So see how I did Lilia and, oops. See how I did Lilia in prettier font than the rest of it because I wanted it to be just different or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and click this font again, right click it, copy, and then paste. I'm going to double click it again just because it has the same coloring and everything. And I'm going to write Lilia and then change the font to how I want it. So, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one. So I changed it to a different font that I wanted. And I bolded it just because it's really thin. So I'm going to click OK. And it's all big again. So I have to adjust the size again. And I'm going to put this down, right down there. So now you can see, let me zoom out a little bit. Sorry this, you can hardly read the writing. I chose a bad example. So now you have,
this will be your small little invitation right here. So you have the pictures up at the top, and then it says,
Join us for some birthday fun. Our little girl is turning 1. Help us celebrate the first birthday of Lilia. And then you can put all information underneath this if you had to, or you could squish it, or you just do whatever you want. You write whatever you want right there. Now that you have your invitation that you want to send out to everyone, you have to make it into like a printable version. So what you could do is you could just print it just like this on a whole piece of paper. Mind you that the piece of paper is like this big, and so your invitation would end up being like pretty big. So what I always do, and you don't have to do this part, you can just print it as is, but since I want to mess with the size because I don't want it to be that big and I want to be able to fit like 4 invitations on one piece of paper, that's when you have to save it as a picture. And you can't just save this as a picture, you can only save it as a document. So in order to save it as a picture, that's where the PowerPoint comes in handy. So first you have to hold down the control button. I don't know if you can see. You're going to hold down the control button, and you're going to go back up and hold this down. Whenever you don't let go of this. And you're going to click every single thing on here, all the font, all the backgrounds, all the pictures. So I'm going to start in the left side, on the left side. I'm going to click that picture, that picture, that picture. And you can scroll down, I won't mess it up. Just keep holding control. I'm going to click the background and click this font and the Lilia font. So now that I have it all selected, I can let go of the control button. I'm going to right click and go down to grouping, and then it goes over and you're going to click group. So now you can see all the little dots that were there before is now it's now turned into one big picture. So even though this is all grouped as one thing, you still can't save it as a picture in Microsoft Word. So what you have to do is you have to copy it. So you copy this, and then you paste it. You open up the Microsoft PowerPoint. It doesn't matter what's on here at all. You just paste it right over it. So you paste it into here. And then sometimes it'll take a minute, and it'll be really big sometimes. It looks like this one's okay. So now you can move this, and it's just one big picture. So now to save it as a picture, you're going to right click, go down to save as picture, and save it wherever you want. So I'll just save it as... So when you go to save as picture, I'm just going to save it as practice invite, but you want to go down here. It says save as type. It says save as type, and right now mine automatically says enhanced Windows meta file, and you need to change it to JPEG file interchange format. So go ahead and change it to JPEG and then save, because in the other format it's hard to bring up in all of your programs that you want to print it on. So go ahead and wait for that to save. And I'm going to go ahead and close this and click no to saving changes. And before I close the Word document, I want to make sure that it saved my pictures. So I'm going to go to my pictures, and it's right here. So I'm going to double click this, and then it brings up my invitation. So that is how you make your own invitation or any kind of little paper thing that you want to make. And you can, if you have this program, you just go up to print, and you click print, and you can do, it's set to full page photo right now. So you just set to your paper size and everything, and then you can choose how many you want. So if you do, for like a good size invitation, you could probably do like a 4x6. So you just click 2 4x6s and up your copies to 2. And now there'll be 2 different things on here. So there's 2 different invitations. Then you would just click print, and you can put any kind of paper that you want into your printer. And make sure that if you want like good quality invitations, that you have a good color printer. And you can use photo paper, but for this invitation I just used cardstock paper just because I didn't want to spend all the money on the photo paper. So you would just click print, and then it would print out 2, and then you can just cut out the outside of each one, and you can just print as many as you want. So it's so much cheaper than spending so much money on invitations when you can make it exactly how you want all by yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much how you make it. I hope that I helped you guys at least a little bit with making your own invitations, because I know money is very hard to get right now in this economy, especially if you're in California. So if you can save any penny that you can, then that's probably what you want to do. So saving money on invitations is definitely a way to save some money. So I hope that helped you guys out, because I know a lot of you guys wanted me to make a video about it. So sorry it was so long, but I hope that you guys kind of get how to do it. So let me know if you guys have any questions about how I did it. And if not, then I'll talk to you guys for my next update. Bye!